Family Guy's old. We're old.
Mm-hmm. This is also the second time we brought up Family Guy.
Is it?
Yeah.
I feel like it's not. We've done more
recently.
Yeah, that's true.
In the last few days.
Because I was doing my show me potato salad joke for a while.
Oh, it was Randy. It was Randy Newman.
All right, left foot, right foot.
Like no, there's like something
right
really. Because Randy Newman did Leatherhead's music, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, that's what I wanted to look up. Are you recording this? Right
I
now?
am recording right now.
This is Tommy.
This is Jacob.
This is Tommy and Jacob's mixtape.
Ole, 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 ole.
So weird. I was just reading that one. That is so weird. That's like the third one that came up.
Oh, hey everybody, how y'all doing? Well, I don't know how are you feeling, Tommy? Because I told you how I'm feeling, and I'm not.
I'm great.
I'm struggle bus today.
I'm gonna get a haircut for the first time in 2 years, so
Whoa.
it's gonna be weird.
Hey, you're just gonna get a trim though.
Yeah, no stuff. But he's gonna give me like the treatment, scalp treatment. I'm going to a bougie one.
Yeah, he's going to a stylist.
I'm going to a stylist,
not just a barber. He's going to a
and he does good work.
Yeah, no, yeah. No, I mean, he cuts all of our friends' hair.
Yeah, all of our friends have the same stylist.
Except for me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you have your guy.
Yeah, I'm my own guy.
Yeah.
I got my own barber.
Yeah.
Screw you guys. I got my own barber.
You got a barber? I got a stylist.
I know. We're on a first name basis.
I need
I totally remember like when he like moved away. I was like lost without a barber. I was like, I don't know who to go to. But we're not talking about hair.
The older you get, the more you turn into Ron.
Me?
Yeah. Only three. Like what is it?
I don't know his quotes. Like
the three things a man must trust: his partner, his barber, and like one other, and bacon or some stupid shit.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it is.
And the man who cuts your meat. Like,
yeah, your butcher. That's actually it. I think that's it. I think it's your barber, your partner, your butcher. The three men, the three people a man should trust only.
All right, let's get on track because we're supposed to be doing a review of a movie, not talking about.
I could talk about Parks and Rec.
I know you could talk about Parks and Rec all day. But yeah, today continuing in our football block. Hold a second. My microphone was far away from my mouth. It felt like we are doing another football movie.
Probably the most football movie of this block, actually.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of football played in this movie.
It's really like, it's not like Leatherhead slapsticky comedy thingy,
no.
rom-com. It's not Varsity Blues, teenage melodrama, and it's not Longest Yard, incredibly un-PC. I'm so excited for that.
God damn it.
I'm so excited for the cringe that is going to happen next week.
Oh, yeah. We are doing this week The Replacements. Came out August 11th of 2000. Premiere was on the 7th. 7-11.
Oh, cool.
7-11th. 7th, 11th. 7th Heaven. Horrible show.
I never watched that show.
There's actually a bad history of like the dad of that show. I'm pretty sure he like was part of like he had like a child sex ring or something.
the lizard people that sacrifice children to remain immortal.
No, I don't think it was that whole thing, but like, no, he was like a pedo, if I remember correctly. That was starring Jessica Biel. Sorry.
Fun facts with Jacob. Anyways.
All right, so yeah, The Replacements.
Why did they come? Oh, 7 times. Okay. Right. No, sorry.
Like,
how did that happen?
Dude, we're going to go on some tangents today. I'm so sorry, everybody. We'll try to keep it focused up. All right, so yeah, The Replacements. It's got a 6.6 rating on IMDb. Rotten Tomatoes had a 41% tomato meter, 66% audience meter, and like a 30% on Metacritic.
Yeah, Metacritic, 5 positive, 10 mixed, 17 negative.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Which is actually, that's kind of amusing with this movie. This movie's strange. Like, I like it, but like, we'll get into it.
It's none of the U2 of movies.
The U2 of movies?
That kind of fits.
Actually, it does.
Kind of fits with it.
Yeah.
That's a very inside joke, but I was once told from somebody that Vanilla Sky was the U2 of movies.
Which I don't think that fits at all for that movie.
I don't either, but it's another. I'm like, that actually is a pretty good phrase to use for certain things.
It's like, yeah, it's good. It's not great. I mean, it's not. I mean, it's good. It is kind of.
It's there.
It exists.
Yeah, like it's just kind of there.
It's got Keanu Reeves in it.
Yeah.
All right. It was box office wise, domestically, it was number 57, and worldwide it was number 77. Did you what?
I got 56 today.
Oh, maybe I could have written it down wrong.
I got 56 for. Oh, jeez, this mouse is.
Oh no, yeah, I got 57 for box office
For worldwide. Or
no,
is that
worldwide. No, worldwide I got 77.
Weird. What did I? Interesting. Okay. Yeah. All right. Then we're gonna go with that.
Yeah. So, the year 2000 was a wonderful year. It was a year of The Gladiator, Mission Impossible 2, Castaway, What Women Want, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I said those not in any particular order, obviously.
You really didn't. You didn't say that.
Like number one movie worldwide was Mission Impossible 2. This movie only made like 5,000 foreignly.
Yeah,
like this was not popular. Neither was How the Grinch Stole Christmas, which I.
No. It internationally did 5.3. Domestically did 44.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like foreign, it only made like 5 million. What I say?
1,000.
Oh no,
I was like, wait a minute.
No. Yeah, because I wrote it down wrong.
Okay. I was like, no, it's a little better than that.
I had a 5 right. All right, come on, throw me a bone here.
Have I ever told you that pretty much on a constant basis, How the Grinch Stole Christmas quotes get stuck in my head like on a daily basis?
I mean,
I totally.
I think you have brought that up, and that doesn't surprise me.
Out of all movies,
I feel like a lot of people strangely quote that movie. Like, it's
pretty quotable.
Yeah. I mean, so many people bring up the whole, like, when he's, like, talking to himself about, like scheduling for the day. He's like, oh, dinner with myself. Can't skip that again.
Wallow in self-loathing.
Yeah.
I'm booked. Yeah, that whole bit.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Again, we're going to get distracted. What's your synopsis?
A run-of-the-mill sports movie about football and a team of misfits that win our hearts and the big game.
Oh. Yeah.
This is that pill they're making you swallow it. Like.
And thanks for coming to the show, guys. That's
gonna wrap it up. Nothing else to talk about.
All right. So yeah, let's go into our writers and directors and stuff. This was directed by Howard Deutsch.
I was really banking on you to know how to pronounce it.
I forgot to look it up. Hey, I'm pretty sure it's Howard Deutsch. Deutsch. It's Deutch. So you tell me how to say it out there.
Duce.
Tell me right now as you're listening. He is he's more known for, I want to say, being like a TV director, especially for the last decade.
Yeah, he had a lot of that.
But he was like a John Hughes guy.
Yeah, like a Brat Pack kind of guy.
Yeah, he was. So he directed Pretty in Pink, Some Kind of Wonderful, and The Great Outdoors. And like Pretty in Pink is like one of John Hughes' like biggest movies. I think like Pretty in Pink, 16 Candles, and Breakfast Club. Yeah. Ferris Bueller, you know.
Yeah.
I feel like it's like John Hughes kind of like launched his career, and then he's married to Leah Thompson.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't read that.
I forget where they met on Some Kind of Wonderful. Yeah.
No.
And there was a little trivia thing is that he directed his wife in a couple episodes of Caroline in the City, because that's the show that she started.
Oh, okay.
I am really lightheaded. Wow. Okay. I'm gonna survive. I got this, guys. You got anything else about Howard?
I didn't realize until doing this that he directed the whole 10 Yards, and now it kind of makes sense why that movie has such a different vibe than the whole 9 Yards.
Yeah.
It's a very different. Like, it's always weird when you do that with a sequel because I don't know. The whole 9 Yards had a very much a feeling to it, and then that's kind of what made it work. And then to switch the directors up. I mean, the whole 10 Yards is okay.
Well, it's fine. It's definitely not as good as the whole 9 Yards. Yeah.
And The Great Outdoors.
Yeah, I love The Great Outdoors.
I do too.
Like one of my favorite part of that entire movie is the story about the bear, and then when he at the very end of it when he like shoots the fucking fur off the bear's ass.
Just realized I don't think I've ever seen that movie because I have no idea what you're talking about. I might be thinking of something else.
What do you think?
I don't know.
Yeah, this is John Candy and Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah, no, not what I'm thinking of.
Oh, wow.
That's I love John Candy.
Yeah.
Dan Aykroyd.
Oh, you would really
Is
like
Dan Aykroyd a dick? No. Who's it?
He's weird. Bill Murray's a dick.
Yeah, okay. It was like one of them. One of the Ghostbusters is a dick. I can't remember which one.
And one of them's dead. Rest in peace, Harold Remy.
Why?
Because that's where I'm at today, okay?
Why is that necessary for this conversation?
We're trivia.
Great. Okay, cool. Writer.
This was written by Vince McEwen.
McEwen, yeah. We know that one. We know how to say that one.
Yeah. He's actually kind of an actor turned producer, writer. Yeah. Like he started directing and then like he hasn't really done much in the last if I remember correctly.
He hasn't really done a lot.
Yeah.
In like the grand scheme of things.
As a writer, like he wrote Fly Away Home, which the Jeff Daniels. And Anna Paquin. Yeah. And then
I read that and I was like, oh, this is gonna be that kind of movie.
Oh, right. And then what? I don't even know what
nothing really.
I don't know what A Hero's Climb is. And then I know the show Las Vegas. I remember when that first came out. I watched it.
I mean, T.J. Hooker, he was in it.
Yeah,
he like acted in it.
Man, like he acted like so. This is actually things like he acted through like what the 80s. He acted through the 80s, like kind of small bit parts, and then
until 89,
and then he became a writer
starting in 96 with.
Well, he's also he's like he won an award for a play. He wrote a play called Ad Wars that was came out in 91, and then like I think then wrote Fly Away Home, and that's pretty much kind of his thing. What's going on here? Whoa, that's weird. Okay. The Google bar at the top of my thing. It looked like there was like water stains on my laptop. I was like, what's going on? Anywho, Vince McEwen, Howard Deutsch. They're the guys behind this movie.
Sorry, I'm just every now and then I find myself looking at like clicking on a random title of something like this one that I'm trying to the Scarecrow and Mrs. King. The Adventures of a Housewife and Spy with Whom She Fell in Love. It's like
Is that one of the movies? One of the movies that he acted in?
It was on his. I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I accidentally clicked it. I'm like, wait, what is this? What did I click on?
Oh, where am I?
Yeah, like how did I get to this page?
Scarecrow and Mrs. King TV series.
Yeah,
he played a doctor in an episode of 1984. Okay,
a really terrible looking sitcom.
So yeah, this is definitely a movie that I feel like. The stars of it, kind of like I was talking about Varsity Blues, they're the main attraction, you know.
Yeah.
It's almost like someone was like told Vince McEwen to like write think of Keanu Reeves as a quarterback, like
we want to cast Keanu Reeves. We want it to be a football movie, and we're thinking Gene Hackman is the coach. Yeah, write something. Yeah, it's kind of how it feels.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it feels like you're right. It was written around the actors, not written and then casted.
Yeah,
it's like they already had we want Keanu Reeves. We need something with him in it. Yeah, he's hot right now. Let's go. You know.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. And I do got to give it to the writing of this movie is very accurate for football.
That was gonna be my question. We'll get into that, but also let's just get into. People
do the actors and whatnot.
Yeah.
So, I guess we've already said a couple of times. I don't know if you guys heard of Keanu Reeves.
Which, I mean, it's so weird. He's like a really saving grace, and it goes back into he's a comfort food.
Yeah.
It's Keanu. You're gonna get what you get. It's Keanu.
And this is one of those movies where it's like, yeah, he's not. He's when you actually oh yeah, he isn't that good of an actor.
No, he's not. But I like him. I like the guy, you know. And I think a lot of people he's
kind.
That's what it is. It's like he's such a cool guy that people are like he can whatever. He can do whatever he wants.
Yeah, that's Keanu Reeves. Let him be in the movies.
Yeah, he can be in the movies. Yeah.
He is a very I'm watching interviews with him. He's a very strange person.
Is he?
Yeah. Like he's a little like in a
like Johnny Depp weird.
No, like in a fun way.
Oh, okay.
Like
Johnny Depp's almost uncomfortable weird.
No, like Keanu's just kind of like he's like especially when he's younger, he kind of he's kind of moving around. He's like, oh
yeah. He used to frequent a yogurt shop in my hometown.
Oh, really?
Yes, it was one of his favorite yogurt.
I could see that. Yeah,
they had a picture of him.
Yogurt. Yeah,
there was a picture of him and the owner with him just like a cup of yogurt. Keanu. It's so cute.
So yeah, if you guys don't really know,
Yes, I'm sorry.
These for the Matrix,
Probably best known for Johnny Mnemonic.
That's actually the first one I have written down.
That's what I just went off memory for him.
Yeah.
And y'all, if you are kind of new to our podcast, please go back and listen to Johnny Mnemonic episode. That one's pretty brutal.
What the fuck's with the dolphin?
That one's pretty funny.
Yeah, Matrix, John Wick. I did put down Hardball because I feel like the writer last week wrote the movie Hardball.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah,
that sounds like it's right. Point Break, Bill and Ted. I wrote I did memory, right? So my list goes Johnny Mnemonic, Matrix, John Wick, Bill and Ted, Lake House. I don't know.
Jesus.
That popped up.
All right. You want to move next?
Let's go.
This movie actually really quick. This movie's got like a strangely wide cast.
Yeah, it's kind of all over the place, but it's kind of cool.
It's definitely like focused very much with Keanu Reeves and Gene Hackman, who we're about to bring up. But like, it's got
with the casting, they made what looked like a real football team.
Yeah.
Like it was like, okay, yeah, that's a football team.
Yeah, no, it was all very well casted. So Gene Hackman, who plays the coach, what's Coach McKinney? McGinty.
MC.
McGinty, yeah.
McGinty.
Who you might most recognize from, he's Lex Luthor in the original Superman movies.
What a weird casting.
I mean, he fits
good.
it. He fits it. He plays it really well.
I think it's only weird because Lex Luthor now is such a ominous presence.
Yeah.
You know, he's like almost like Kingpin. He's like big and like fit, and then you had.
I mean, I think that depends on like some interpret. I never really think of Lex Luthor as big. Like I think of maybe tall, but not like.
When you think Lex Luthor, who do you think? Like what iteration do you think of?
The animated series.
He was like. There's an entire scene where he straight up takes off his shirt and beats up Superman in a red room, just to prove he can. Or the clone, just to prove that he can.
I guess I didn't really. I forgot about that.
You know what I mean? Like he was like
because I always think about him in his like Kryptonian suit.
His green
Yeah.
power armor thing.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, let's go back to Gene Hackman.
I didn't realize that he was the blind man in Young Frankenstein.
Oh, I forgot about that.
I watched that movie so many, and he's just it being black and white and him being the age he is. It never registered that's him.
He's also in Royal Tenenbaums, The Birdcage. He played him and I Got a Connection. We both played Buck Barrow in Bonnie and Clyde.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, look at that. Look at me.
Weirdly, he hasn't really done anything since 2004, which was Welcome to Mooseport. I know. With fucking Ray Romano.
I know. I was in there like, you're gonna end your career with that?
Yeah. Maybe that's what he was like. Fuck this. But again, I don't. That movie. I mean, that movie isn't great, but it wasn't terrible. It's like a fun.
Yeah, no. It's like he's the politician, and Ray Romano is like the everyman that's
the underdog guy. Yeah,
running for governor, right?
Some shit like that.
Or mayor of a town.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. I just was like,
I saw that. I was like, that's your last movie?
Oh, the movie that I was thinking of that I was like, something keeps coming up. Behind Enemy Lines again.
Oh yeah,
it's come up like multiple times now.
Maybe we need to get behind the lines of the enemy.
Tommy sent me a message about it. Like, no one else has seen that movie.
It's a lot. But yeah, I guess next we can talk about Brooke Langton, who. Yeah.
She's in Swingers.
You see, that's like.
But I don't remember who she is in Swingers.
Neither do I. Like,
is Nikki the girlfriend that dumps?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
I haven't seen that movie in so long.
Because even then, if that's the case, I don't think you ever see Nikki. It's just recordings.
She's in an episode of Party of Five, sticking with teen drama stuff.
Oh, back to Gene Hackman. He's in Ants.
He's a voice in Ants.
Yeah, I just.
You really wanted to say that.
I rewatched it recently.
Oh yeah, it's a good movie.
I without meaning to have had a lot of Gene Hackman in my life the last couple of days, like totally by accident. Just wanted to put that.
Yeah. So Brooke Langton, I think she's probably most well known for Melrose Place, like in the original series. Like she's kind of like when it was like I think after it was like maybe a second generation.
I would say that or Friday Night Lights.
Yeah, and Friday Night Lights, she's only in 9 episodes. Of like, there's like 70 episodes of that show.
It's in. I don't know why Alexa keeps turning on.
But like, and then this movie, it's interesting is I just that her role just is not a good role in this movie. She was not. It's not a very strong role for a woman. She's literally written there to be the love interest and just fall in love with Keanu Reeves. Like, there's no depth to her character in this.
Spoiler alert: he gets the girl.
Imagine that.
Weird.
Let's see here, and then do we want to just kind of like go down the list of everyone else that's in it?
Yeah, I mean, I guess let's. Yeah, in credits of order, then Orlando Jones.
Yeah. Mad TV Evolution. He has a small
Evolution.
Role. Yeah, he has a small role in Office Space.
He's got like a little role in. Who's he in Office Space? Oh, he's the one like selling something.
I vaguely remember.
He's in Bedazzled. He has a little role in that. Like, yeah,
he's probably most known for Mad TV, honestly.
Yeah, and he's one of the you'd see him, be like, oh, I totally know that guy.
Yeah,
yeah.
And then Faison Love, who
I guess
he's a comedian, isn't he?
I believe so. I mean, I think that
like I've seen him mainly in just like in comedies.
I think them
and like Elf is probably
Elf. I was gonna say if you were to say the manager in Elf, people would be like, oh yeah,
that's right.
Okay.
Yeah. What?
I don't know. I remember hearing a rumor someone else was supposed to be casted as that.
Oh, it's the name tag.
Wanda.
Yeah, they wanted Wanda Sykes.
Right. They wanted Wanda Sykes, but she was like scheduling wise, some reason something happened. She couldn't do it, but they kept he kept the name tag Wanda. Oh yeah.
Michael Talaferro. Like he's in Life, Bad Boys.
Yeah, he passed away in 2006.
Yeah,
so that's why he hasn't really been doing anything.
I mean,
that's the thing. There's a lot of people in this movie, but they're not like really.
I think the next like two big names I would want to bring up is like Jon Favreau.
Yeah, Swingers.
Yeah, he's Happy in the MCU.
Chef.
Yeah, he directed Elf.
Weird.
All right.
Swingers and Elf, common theme happening right now.
Right. And then I would say like the next one would be how do you pronounce his name? Reese? Is it Reese or Rice? Iphans? The kick or the leg?
Oh,
ole, ole,
yeah.
ole, ole.
Oh, God, I knew this. Reese Iphans? I think it's
Reese. That sounds right.
Reese Iphans.
Reese Iphans. Who, honestly, he's one of those actors that I always see and I'm like, oh, like, he's in Harry Potter?
He's the lizard. Oh, no, sorry. I was looking at
he's
Spider-Man.
the lizard in Spider-Man.
Yeah, he's the weird little
he's Luna's the dad.
Yeah.
Oh God, I forgot about that. That's a sad scene.
I know, but that's also. I mean, that's like, and the saga that is Harry Potter. It's like 8 minutes long. Like, so I think it's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the lizard in Spider-Man,
and
that's like what I think of off the top of my head.
But he's one of the you see him and you're like he's in like every popular British movie almost.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I'm having a mental image of him very young in something, and I was looking at his little Nicky.
Little Nicky.
Yeah.
Oh, is he one of the brothers that are just bullying him constantly?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Okay. Who? David Denman's in this randomly. Who's Pam's boyfriend in The Office?
Oh, that's right. Yeah. What's his name?
David Denman.
Yeah, and he plays that. I'm really curious, like if he learned sign language or if they just taught him like a little bit of signing,
like the lines.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, this got a little bit of cast everywhere, which is like, it makes it for a fun movie, you know?
Yeah. Well, then there's like Ace Yonomine. He's the big guy.
Yeah. He was the sumo wrestler.
Yeah, he was in. Yeah, but that's the thing too. It's like a lot of these actors have been in stuff. Like he was in Memoirs of a Geisha and Laura Croft, Cradle of Life. But who the fuck were they? I don't know. Yeah. Like they were in it though.
Yeah,
so that's
exactly.
Cool. Like good for you.
What do you got for reviews?
Let me just turn my page back real quick. Ann Horaday at Baltimore Sun. The story of the triumphant underdog is irresistible, even when every single plot point comes marching down Main Street.
Yep.
FX Finney at LA Weekly. Although this movie doesn't have an ounce of depth, it's so thoroughly admirable and upbeat that you'd have to be in a fighting mood to find fault with it.
God, yep.
And I like this. Sean Means at film.com. A sports movie as distinguishable as one M&M in a bag working off a formula as easy to read as an offsides kick.
Dude, I don't even need to have one written. Like, literally, that's everything. That's what I would say. Like, I dropped the ball on this episode, guys. I apologize. I don't have a full review. I can read you the snippet of what I was working on, but I got to a point where I was like, this movie just has nothing. It's like, I started off with writing, like, life doesn't play out the way most plan. Some people want to be more than the everyday worker. Some of us were at the brink of something more, but couldn't follow through to prove how they could be more. The Replacements is a second chance movie that proves heart over chance, or something like that. That's what that's thrown. You know, like,
I mean, I respect that you in a way that you just kind of threw in the towel, because if you had continued, I would have been sitting here like, you're reaching, you pretentious dick. Like,
exactly. Like, I like, this movie is literally, it's just about like, oh yeah, people can get a second chance, and they can, or just, it's almost kind of like at the end of Varsity Blues, where it's like, we're gonna, you know, we're not living for the next 48 minutes for the next 48 years of our lives. Like, it's the next 24 minutes for the next 24 minutes of our life.
Yeah.
And because, like, all these guys, like, so this is based off a real strike that happened with the NFL.
Yeah, isn't one of those loosely?
Yes, but so like 1987.
How did they not do based on a true story at all? Like, this is a perfect, I mean, hey, that would have been the cherry on top for this formulaic thing.
I mean, because it's like it's inspired by the events of the 1987 NFL strike, which I did a little bit of research into it. I didn't do a huge deep dive, but for those who don't know what that was,
hey, give us something to talk about.
Yeah, right. So in 87. All of the NFL players, more or less, there was something with like how free agency was happening that they weren't happy about, with how I think free agency, like, they make it in the movie where they seem like it's about the players not getting paid enough, but it seems to be like it was a little bit different. So they went on a 24-day strike in 1987, and it was at the beginning of the season, not like how this plays at the end of the season, even though the end of the season doesn't take anywhere near Thanksgiving. Don't get me started with that. We'll get to there. And yeah, they brought in, just like, the NFL just filled all the teams with fucking people that were cut from rosters, or like the Canadian Football League that would just like fell apart, and like just people that like a news reporter was like a kicker for like the Eagles or something.
Really?
Yeah,
sounds like
weird.
Pandemonium.
It was very strange. And what the inspiration of the story is that Washington, well, at the time, racist name, the Washington football team, formerly known as Redskins. I didn't want to say it.
Okay, no one made you.
I know. You're just staring at me like, I dare you, fucker.
No one made you say nothing.
Formerly, like, now the Washington football team, they won the Super Bowl that year, and they were like the only team to like go undefeated for the 3 weeks, the 3 games that were played with replacement players.
Oh, this was supposed to be like Washington?
Yeah.
Oh,
they're the Washington Sentinels, yeah.
I thought it was supposed to be Washington, like DC.
No, that's
for
it.
some reason.
Yeah, Washington, D.C.
Oh, it is. Oh,
Washington football team is Washington, D.C.
Okay. I don't know shit about football. I don't know why we're doing this block.
You're the one that wanted to do it.
It was a terrible idea. Hey, let's go into something I know nothing about and let's talk about it. Like, to me, everything looks real in these movies. Like, I'm like, you're like, don't take it out. I'm like, okay. That looked like it was legal, though. I don't know what that means, but
actually, no. Like, yeah. So yeah, it's so in '87, it happened like started week 2. They canceled 1 week of games, and then so it was like through week 5 or 6 is when the replacement games happened in '87. And then because of how once finally everybody like, you know, came to the terms and like teams sound back up, the Washington they went to the Super Bowl and won that year.
Yeah, wasn't there a controversy too that like for a very long time those replacement players didn't get a ring until later on?
I think so.
Like,
I'm not sure.
Like a long time later.
I didn't do enough research.
I briefly read that. It's like it was just like bullshit because they basically the replacement team is what got them there, and then when the real players, quote unquote, came back, they were just completely shoved to the wayside, and they're like, well, no, they wouldn't have gotten there if it wasn't for these replacement players. So, decade plus later, they're like, oh, by the way, it got lost in the mail. Here's your ring.
Right. like, oh, you guys kind of did a little bit of stuff anyway. There is a fun documentary ESPN series 30 for 30 called Year of the Scab. That's actually narrated by Gene Hackman.
Oh, interesting.
I mean, they chose him
because of this
movie. Yeah. Because this movie is like
I would totally watch a documentary where Gene Hackman's narrating.
Yeah, about football.
I love Gene Hackman.
That's fair.
I love his voice.
But yeah, so I mean, that's kind of like that's really the history of this movie. Is like it's inspired by an actual thing that happened. But this movie, like, it's apparently the end of the season, and like I was saying, like the players start striking because they don't feel like they're getting paid enough for what they put them to do and whatnot.
Yes, I mean that's basically the premise of the movie is that we just have these, like I said, team of misfits that have to come in and replace these the professionals, I guess. But they're all like they all have played football in a manner of speaking, somewhat.
Yeah.
I mean, like Keanu Reeves played in college, and
he was like one of the he was like
up and coming quarterback. Yeah. He was gonna be like the next big name, and then he fucked up the Sugar Bowl.
Yeah,
whatever the fuck that is.
There's so many bowls in high school or in college football.
Oh.
There's the Rose Bowl, the Apple Cup. There's
is there a Sugar Bowl?
I think there is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there is. Yeah.
I just like how they kept talking shit about him and using the term Sugar Bowl.
Oh, like they were calling that his name.
Like, they'd be like, "Good job on the Sugar Bowl,"
right?
That was funny.
He's like, "God, did anybody else have anything else better to do that day?"
God. Come on, Ted. Let's go. Wait, is he Bill? I always get them confused.
He's Theodore. Ted. He's Ted.
He's Ted.
He's Ted.
He's Ted. Okay.
Yeah.
I always get them confused.
So yeah, pretty much.
So random, and it will be real quick. Quick. Did you watch the new Bill and Ted?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you like it?
I loved it.
Okay. I tried watching it twice and I couldn't sit through it.
Really?
Oh yeah. I just couldn't. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't hit the nostalgia thing for me. I don't know.
I mean, it's dumb.
Yeah, but they're all dumb.
Yeah.
They're all dumb. There is absolutely no thought about actual like attempt at what time travel is. It's just it's really dumb. But yeah, that's just my one little tangent.
Yeah. So this movie, I feel like it's like it's not a bad movie.
No, it's not. I mean, I don't know. It's not a bad movie. It's not a good movie. It's just kind of like we were saying. It's there.
It exists,
and it's like I mean, I was just cracking up because of how much of this just felt like a studio money grab, but it worked.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like fuck corporate, you know what I mean? Like they ruined it. It was just kind of like I don't know. It was just kind of there, especially with like the soundtrack. It's
Dude, the great thing about the soundtrack of this movie is like if you are confused at any point of what you're supposed to be feeling about,
it will tell you.
It will tell you.
Well, like even like it was like the final like moment where Keanu and Brooke get together. All right, guys, we got a love scene. It's 2000. What should we use? Every Step You Take by Sting. Let's do. You're like, really? That's
in the bar.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Okay, it's okay. I wasn't sure if this was a romantic moment, but now
Baby, can't you see?
like, okay, now I'm just positive.
You belong to me.
Fuck it. It's just like, oh god, it was bad. I was like, this. It was great, but bad. I don't know. I don't know what to feel.
Well, let's go through this. Let's go through the movie here for just quickly. So like it's established. I feel like it sets up at the very beginning. Like Keanu's on a boat. Shane Falco, by the way, is his name. I like that name. That's a cool name.
It's a good football player name.
Yeah, right. He's Falco.
Quarterback Shane Falco coming up to the like.
That's not a bad John Madden.
God, is he still alive?
I think so.
Good old John. Good old Madden.
Old. Falco is living on his boat. It kind of like shows him like what why is he on a boat? It's like every trope you can think of is also in this goddamn movie.
Yeah, like
And it's name a cliche, it's probably in this movie. You know, like he's washed up college quarterback, but living on his boat because he doesn't have a house, and then he finds his trophy, like he's underwater pretending like he's playing football.
Yeah. Why?
It's establishing that he's a football player. There you go.
But now he's on a boat.
Yeah. It's like he used to be a football player and he was good because he has a trophy with his name on it.
He's 85, by the way.
85?
Madden.
Oh, okay.
85. Just if you're curious. John Madden is alive and he's 85. Yeah, like he after his blunder in football, he became a boat cleaner and he lives on a houseboat in the marina and he cleans boats.
Good. Yeah.
Cool. I feel like they put random jobs on a board and threw pulled it out of a hat.
This is what he is. Yeah. And then it goes into establishing the conflict of this movie, which is that the NFL players are about to go on strike, and it's the owner of the Washington team, the Washington Sentinels, which is fucking ridiculous. Like his quarterback, who's Martell, who's supposed to be like the best quarterback in the league. He's like, I would say like he's like the Tom Brady of this time. Mm-hmm. Back in that time, I guess that would be who was. Let's not worry about that. Like, who was the best quarterback in 2000? I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. He slides. What? What? Tell me. Tell me.
It's not accurate, but it's just when you have a thought, it just kind of intrudes on your My brain just went, O.J. Simpson.
Jesus Christ.
I was like, and I was mid drinking too. I was like, it almost came up. Like, I don't know why that's what the first thing that popped in my head.
You're like, famous football player from the past.
O.J. Simpson.
Duh.
Was he a quarterback?
No.
I don't know.
No, he wasn't.
I don't know why we're doing this.
This episode's going to be
I don't know why we're doing football.
Oh,
at least if we did baseball, I played baseball. Let's do swimming movies. I don't know.
Swim fan.
Oh, that was a good one.
No, it's not.
Isn't that the Stalker one?
Yeah, it's a horrible movie.
Yeah, no, but isn't it horribly good?
No, it's just bad.
I remember it being like, this is really garbage, but I'm really enjoying it.
No, I think
who's in that? Doesn't matter.
Yeah, we're not.
I'm crying.
Okay, so 2000s, The Replacements. I'm in a room recording with you. The team's going on strike. Martell, who is like the best quarterback, he slides to avoid a tackle, and there's owner, the Washington Sentinels owner is like, calls him a pussy for these kids don't know how to take a hit anymore. It's like, in today's football, that's what a quarterback's supposed to do.
Yeah, I that's another going back to me. I was like, I don't understand what happened. Why is he angry? He didn't get hit. I thought that was the point. Is to not get hit.
Exactly. So it's kind of like, it puts a weird thing of football players are supposed to be able to take the hit and whatnot. This also before people knew about CT, when I was talking about last week. Mm-hmm. So yeah, and it's it shows the Washington football team.
They didn't know about CT in 2000.
No.
So that's a pretty recent
thing.
Within
the last 15 years.
Really? Oh,
yeah.
Interesting. Okay. I'm sure you've already told me that, and I'm just.
It was what I was talking about last week. Yeah.
I didn't realize it was so recent.
So they're winning, and even though that they're winning, and they win the game, and then cuts to an interview with Martell, and he's like, yeah, I know we get paid $7 million and whatnot, but 10% has to go to my agent. They're really putting the players in a bad light for taking for striking, because in this movie's world, they are being babies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the actual when the strike actually happened, there was a real no, you guys are fucking us over right now. Mm-hmm. So,
I think it was just it was a writing tool to make us the professionals are the bad guys.
Exactly, which they are fucking assholes in this movie.
Yeah, well, I'm you didn't really need to do that. You made them big enough assholes. We don't like them as it goes.
So the owner of the Washington Sentinels is talking with Gene Hackman after the game and whatnot, and you find out like Gene Hackman used to be the coach for the Sentinels, and now he wants to bring him back.
And it implies that he was fucked over by the owner.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which also, like, I don't know, there's something like really like Gene Hackman, is that your dad? Yeah. Just look, I was like, huh. Interesting. Anyways.
Yeah. So pretty much like they come to an agreement, and this is like what Gene Hackman actually doesn't really have like an arc in this. He's just kind of like,
he's the coach.
He's just the coach. He's like the wise old man helping Keanu Reeves get on his path.
Yeah.
You know, reclaim his honor. That's his hero's journey.
Well, and the whole deal is like he can basically recruit whoever, right? Is that the right term?
Yeah, he's like, he wants to recruit his own team. And you can't say you can't say shit.
Yeah, like it's my team, it's my decision. And he goes around and he collects this colorful array of characters.
This ragtag team.
So yeah, we got Keanu, what was his name?
Well, the first one is like is John Favreau's character,
who's a mentally unstable police officer.
Yeah, he's literally meant. Did you like his character? Did you like?
Yeah, I mean,
I just thought like how like intense he was. You would get a kick out of it.
Yeah, I mean,
especially being John Favreau.
Yeah, like he got some chuckles out of me, but it's also like he wasn't really a character. He was more of a caricature.
Yeah,
like.
It's like, I need the ball. You're going to get me the ball. I'm going to get you the ball. I'm going to get you the ball. You're going to get me the ball.
Yeah, like, it's just kind of like, yeah, it was enjoyable, but he wasn't really a character.
He keeps tackling Keanu in practice. He's like, red shirt. Which, if you're playing football and you're practicing football, people in the red shirts, they're not supposed to get hit or tackled or touched. Because they're either like recovering from injury or like at the quarterback, you're not supposed to tackle your quarterback during practice. As well, like
so they don't get hurt.
Yeah, because like no, like even like in practice, they're generally not tackling each other unless you got some beef with somebody.
Yeah,
you know. But it's like John Favreau's character is just batshit crazy.
And then we meet Orlando Jones.
Orlando Jones' character, yeah.
Clifford,
yeah, who's super fast but can't catch a damn ball.
Yeah, which seems kind of important.
Yeah.
For football, but
no, I like how he's like, can he catch? That's your job. Like, oh yeah, the offensive coordinator and the defensive coordinator are pretty funny in this as well. Just like small bit parts. Those
the other coaches.
Yeah, the other coaches. Yeah. Then what? And then he talking about Nigel, the leg.
Yeah, because he was a football.
Yeah.
Welsh football player.
Ole, 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 ole.
And like, but I thought that was funny too. It's like, hey, let's get a soccer player. But that's just like,
that's actually not uncommon.
Is it really not?
For like, yeah, like for kickers, yeah, for them to have like a history in soccer or something. Like, yeah, that's not uncommon. Like, especially because soccer players, like a kicker can play until like they're in their 50s and whatnot. Some soccer players, they'll be done playing soccer around like their late 20s, early 30s sometimes.
And they'll just kind of transfer over.
Yeah.
Huh, interesting. So it's not as weird as I thought it was.
Nope. No, they make it seem a lot stranger in the film. Well, someone his age, yeah, it's a little bit strange, but
yeah.
But also they're the replacements. Hey.
Yeah.
So and that's when then Coach he goes and meets with Keanu Reeves on the boat.
I think Gene Hackman could convince me to do a lot of stuff. He's good. He's good at him. Don't make that weird.
I wasn't going to.
You were.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't. You just made it weird.
That guy.
By thinking I'm going to make it weird.
That guy can motivational speak. He can make a mountain move.
He's such he's such a grounded actor, but it's like it's weird to think of him as like I don't know. He's a good actor, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm trying to say. Let's move. Let's keep going. So it's pretty much that's when like this is where it becomes the Keanu Reeves story, the story of Shane Falco, and the head cheerleader that he's not supposed to be fraternizing with.
Is that a rule too?
Yeah, actually, the cheerleaders and the team aren't supposed to fraternize at all. You can get fined or fired.
Why?
It's something of a distraction. It's like unprofessional.
Huh.
It's kind of like, some like businesses like don't date within like the store or the business and whatnot. And it's just kind of
the same kind of deal.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well,
what did they make to make his hands sticky?
Stickum?
Yeah, what was that stuff?
It's called Stickum. It's illegal.
I felt like that was a very illegal thing to do.
Yeah.
Okay. Go with my gut.
Yeah, no, that they would have been thrown out of that game. That game would have, yeah, he would have, yeah. Mm-hmm. But what Gene Jackman says is like, what are they going to do? Put you in football jail?
Yeah. Well, see that when he ends up making out with her like on camera, then that's not allowed. Madden's like, what are they going to do? Fire him?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
He's a replay. Who cares?
And they're the replacement cheerleader. That's also like why it's like so. Falco gets onto the field and like he's finally gonna like he chooses that he's gonna be part of the team. And they introduce like 2 or 3. Oh yeah, there's the 2 guards. The two big black men to be his like to protect him and whatnot, and then the
Jamal and Andre, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They're fucking funny too.
They're funny, dude.
When
the Porsche scene, oh my god, that was awesome.
Love it. Is that your car? You're thinking like, oh, they're gonna flip his car now. Just pulls out a fucking gun and blows the shit out of it. It's awesome. Like, oh fuck.
And then the whole like, if anyone has any firearms, give them to us now. No questions asked. And everyone just goes real quiet. Like,
yeah, Jamal's just like not even looking. Just gets a little nut. What?
We have no idea what you're talking about. But yeah, and at this point too, it's like it introduces a few more players as like not like because even with the 2 bouncer like guys that like Jamal and Andre, that was like a cut scene where they get the call like that they're
like
recruited.
A montage.
Yeah, but then you meet a few more on the field.
Yeah, and also like as everybody that's getting recruited is coming up on a bus, everyone like the team, the Washington Sentinels, are like protesting outside their arena and are about to flip the goddamn bus.
Yeah, it was pretty intense.
Yeah,
but
I mean, but call them scabs and blah blah blah. Yeah,
and then we have like a whole practice montage kind of thing.
It's like it's establishing them like who the team is, and also getting Falco on the field, and also introducing Brooke.
Yeah, the head cheerleader.
The hair cheerleader, who literally the first time you see her is when Keanu Reeves like looks at her, and then and the soundtrack plays. Song Lit by Lit.
Oh yeah.
I forget the fucking song, but it's like he can't keep his eyes off her. She can't
Ziploc.
Yep. She can't keep his eyes off him, and then it cuts to like, oh, now she's doing cheerleader
tryouts, which was weird.
It's like, why do we can't? It's like, why is there a replacement cheerleader team?
Yeah, that was whole like a weird. Like I thought they were. I'm not sure where I thought they were going somewhere with that. More.
Nope.
It was just kind of this awkward thing. I don't know.
It was just an excuse to get women in their bikini stuff. I don't know.
Well, a lot of them were just wearing clothing.
Yeah. That scene. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
but I mean, like to like have the cheerleaders be a part of it.
Yeah.
It's almost like they're like, yeah. I mean, this is it's got to go into like the cliche of like the forbidden love of the cheerleader at that time.
Well, then we get into like their first game and classic. They're getting their asses kicked. They rally together and they play 4 fucking inspirational sports songs.
Yep.
In that one game, I was really surprised about. Every time like it cut to a different scene. In that scene, it was like a different like. I'm like, really? All right, cool. That's what we're doing. All right, right on. Let's get every fucking like someone watched every sports movie. And put all those songs into one movie.
I mean, you go to one sports game, you're going to hear all those songs.
I guess so, yeah. That's fair.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about like the time, yeah.
When we've gone and seen like the Mariners and whatnot, and like
yeah, it's all the same shit.
Yep,
so
same thing.
I guess it works then.
Yeah,
it definitely gives the vibe of a football movie.
Yeah, exactly. So pretty much like. Falco, he struggles. He does good. He struggles. He gets hit. He gets hurt. The team, they're not congealing until they get into a fight with the old team, the bar fight.
It's a bar fight, another bar fight scene.
Yep. You're so disinterested.
Well, it's like I honestly just kind of want to wrap it up because it's like there's nothing to talk about. It's just a very run of the mill. Mm-hmm. The team gets together and then
they finally band together. They gel while in jail. Because they're a bunch of misfits, actually.
Yeah, they have more in common than they initially thought.
Gene Hackman has a great speech about fear.
Yeah. a big conflict. The dickhead quarterback comes back, so Keanu Reeves, being the replacement, gets booted off the team.
But the dickhead quarterback, like,
is a dickhead.
Yeah, and so halfway through the game, he's like, I'm fucking walking out. Like, whatever.
And then fucking here comes Keanu Reeves saving the day. Last half, they're going to bring it home.
Here goes my hero.
Weirdly not in this movie.
I know, not in the movie at all.
But like, seriously, when he walked into the locker, they should have just played that. I would have been like...
I was expecting it.
I was too, actually. Here comes my hero, Keanu.
And
they win the goddamn game.
I love the whole, like, will they, won't they, like, with his love interest, like, up until that bar scene. And then all of a sudden, now she's happy. She's like, I don't date football players, not even quarterbacks.
I was writing something down. What happened in the whole stood her up scene?
Oh, so when,
because he's like walking around being all melancholy about
being all mopey
about being cut, right?
No, it's also Martell gets in his head because there's that
you don't deserve her.
Yeah.
So what I think like
also like why does Martell care? And
how does Martell know?
Yeah, exactly. Has he been stalking her or him?
No, yeah, it seemed that seemed like a writing thing. They wanted to make it so like that he was also vying for the girl.
Yeah,
but then they cut that part out, but left that conversation in.
Exactly. Yeah,
it was really weird. Yeah. It was like, how does he know all this very personal information about you? It was really weird.
No, yeah. He gets in his head, but also they got to have that drama. So that.
But did he stood her up then?
Yeah, he stood her up.
And then she's like happy as like there's no conversation about it.
Nope, because.
Happy that he rallied.
Because when he rallies back, he comes on the field, and then he saves. You know, when they win, she's like, "Oh, of course I'm going to be with you."
I mean,
and she's crying the entire time.
If you want to make it in a real sense, it might have been like in a situation like, let's say this is a real world. She being a head cheerleader heard about that after the fact and was like, "Oh, that's probably what happened."
Why are you trying to rationalize this? This movie just okay. had no connect. It just she wasn't a well written character. I like how you're like, no, I want it to make sense.
I don't want it to.
Oh, man. Yeah, and...
Here goes my... And they win the big game.
They win the game,
and they all get fired.
Yeah, pretty much.
They all get fired because they're the replacements.
Yeah,
and
so, like, well, I guess, like, the stakes of it is, like, they had to win 3 of the 4 games in order to make the playoffs. So this replacement team is literally just winning to let the main players get to the playoffs.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess the big theme of the end of it, which is a lot like Varsity Blues, where do it for you.
Yeah.
Do it so you can like sleep at night. You did your best. You know, that's kind of the end result of everything. And yeah, he gets the girl, and it's like, I mean, I'm not angry that I saw this, but I would have been pretty pissed if I went and spent like $15 at a movie theater.
That's fair. And like when I was like recommending it, I mean, I enjoy this movie because I think it's fun.
It's enjoyable.
Funny.
It's enjoyable.
Yeah,
like it's not. It's got
like
piece of
it's got
garbage.
a lot of good like comedy in it.
Yeah, there's like I said, there's a couple chuckles, like the whole Porsche scene, John and his when he
in the bar when he takes out Martell.
Yeah. Like there are moments and like. I don't know. It's just like
when the guy vomits on the field.
Yeah, like just I don't know. It was just a feel good. I did think the whole narrating the first kiss thing was pretty funny.
Oh, John Madden.
Yeah, in the background, and he's going in for the touchdown.
You know what's funny is like they were calling plays. They were commenting on the next game. Mm. Like it was actually that was really well edited.
Yeah, I thought it was a clever. The only thing that ruined it is at the end, like when they're like looking thoughtfully into each other's eyes, John Madden yelling, "And he scores! He scores!" Right. I was like, I don't like. I was like cool with it until then because I get what you're doing. It's like a weird double entendre. I don't know. I just didn't.
You got to go for it, John.
It's like John Madden narrating your sex life is just a horrifying thought to me. Screaming, like doing that drawing thing he does.
Oh, that was actually, I really liked it. So I guess there might be just a lot more like football humor in this as well. Now that I think about it, like because like when you're talking about like when he's doing like the drawing all over the board, like That's so fucking funny because there's a lot like it's a lot of like commentators. They used to like have those boards that they would show like, well, yeah, we got to watch the receiver over here, and when you're coming over here, and you couldn't they cut back and you cross, and the quarterbacks come back over here. You know,
yeah,
it gets kind of ridiculous when you're just watching it in a real game when they do that. But for them to be like, and the ball comes out over here, and then he tosses it over here, and they trip over the ball.
Yeah,
you know, like fucking play some circus music during this game.
I mean, I guess that's kind of it, right?
Yeah.
Taking care of business. No, I just realized this soundtrack is just like, it's like the exact same thing Knight's Tale did.
Yeah.
Like it has it's the same kind of, yeah. So if you've never seen this, so you see Knight's Tale, it's that kind of soundtrack where you're like, all right, what are they going to throw in this scene? What jam are they going to be?
What late 90s, early 2000s like hit is going to be here?
Yeah.
I
mean, I guess I guess Knight's Tale did a little bit older.
Knight's Tale's like 2001.
No, I meant the song choices.
Oh yeah. I mean, do you see what I meant though? Also, like Keanu Reeves, like he strangely fits really well as a quarterback.
Yeah, and I just like Keanu.
Yeah.
I'm like, cool. I'll watch anything with him in it. Like, sure.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I like Lake House, because Keanu and Sandra Bullock. Yeah, sign me up. Let's do it.
They're so cute. I wish they would have ended up together.
They had a little crush.
They had crushed on each other during Speed. Yeah,
they're really good friends. It's just a cute little relationship.
Where were you out on the Mogwai scale?
Soggy.
Soggy?
A soggy Mogwai.
I kind of want to call it a Billy. It's like not even on the spectrum, just like unfree. It's like Billy who owns Gizmo. It's like, oh yeah, he's actually part of that movie.
He's a Billy. It's there. Yeah, it's kind of there. Kind of does some stuff.
You kind of need it for there to be a Gizmo.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, Billy, you're going off script.
I know. I mean, because like it's like
because that's the thing.
There's nothing like I don't want to. It's like no worse than like it's not like a wet Mogwai or like.
That's why I said soggy.
Yeah, it's like it's a mog.
Well, because I mean, like, yeah, it's like at the end of the day, too. I mean, there are again because it's 2000s. There's a couple of lines in there that I'm like, ooh.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's 2000. Like, I don't know.
I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know what to tell you. It's 2000. But even then, it's not like. I mean, it's just like it's like I guess like masculine football culture. Stop being a pussy. Like that's what is said in locker rooms, I'm sure, even to this day. You know what I mean? Like
maybe not so much. Oh, it's still definitely, probably is, but it's probably not. That toxic masculinity is probably not as much anymore. Like it's toning back a little bit.
I mean, but also, but also that depends on where you are.
Yeah,
in
the world.
In the world, like
But
I mean, I guess we're giving it a Billy.
We can give it a soggy Mogwai.
I just like the way that sounds. Soggy Mogwai.
I mean, it's pretty much a wet Mogwai.
But it's not like wet.
When you get any type
soaking wet, it's like hasn't touched the skin yet.
But a drop of water on a Mogwai.
Moist.
Makes it
moist Mogwai.
Pop. It's a popping Mogwai.
I'm rubbing my chest as I say that.
Well, this is a short episode.
Yeah, a really short episode for a movie that's way too long for what it is.
Yeah, this movie's like 2 hours long, strangely.
Way too long for what it is. But
I do recommend it. It is fun. Like
this would be like if we were like this like Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
If we're all hanging out and we just wanted something in the background, throw it on. Cool. It's a stupid football movie.
Mm-hmm.
That warms you. I don't know.
Martell's an asshole. He yelled at a deaf guy.
Seriously. Then follows with, what? He can't hear me? I'm like, ah! Not okay, Martell. Not okay.
Oh, man. That's what we should have just like focused on how much of an asshole Martell was.
Yeah, he was like a prick.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus.
All right, guys.
Well, thanks for listening. Like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. We next week will be doing the Longest Yard remake, and I'm, as I said, so excited because that's gonna be rough.
We'll see what we can talk about.
That movie is like unapologetically not PC, and it like screams it at the rooftop. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, it very much again a product of its time.
Well, it's like also once you brought that up, I kind of was like, maybe we shouldn't do it. But I'm like, I'm actually want to watch it through a TJ's mixtape lens and see what I think about it now.
There you go. That's actually not a bad idea. All right, guys. Thanks for listening.
This is Tommy.
This is Jacob.
This is Tommy and Jacob's mixtape. Thanks, y'all.